Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be discussing the market report for the city of Fremont, particularly talking about the market data for the month of May 2021 and comparing it to what happened last year in May 20, right after the pandemic hit, and looking at some numbers and making some conclusions on where this local market is headed. So let's get to the board. If you look up here, our metrics are pretty much identical. We've added a new metric here, which I'll be going over towards the end of this. So look at numbers sold. If you look at last year in May 20, which was the time when pandemic had hit, people were very uncertain. A lot of people pulled out of the contracts they were in. A lot of people were wary about putting in new offers. So that was a direct reflection there that you had 42 homes sold last year compared to 132 sold this year and last month. That's almost a 214% jump there. Next is the average sales price. Last year, average sales price was close to $1,226,000. This year, that's definitely jumped. It's sitting at 1,569,000. That's the average sales price. That's almost a 27% jump in the average sales price from last year. Then you have days on market. Last year, which stands for, so DOM stands for days on market. Last year, you had homes selling in about 27 days, the time your home gets listed to the time it closes. It was 27 days. This year, it's only 10 days and almost a 61% decrease in the time it takes to sell your home from the time you list it. That's very good news for the sellers that are out there, but not such good news for buyers because it's just a crazy market, and that number is really not helping us because that's another, statistically speaking, that's another home that's off the market that fast, and inventory is that much lower and demand still up there. Year to date sold, last year at this time from January to May, COVID, we found out, we really saw it coming on around February, March. That's when we saw the numbers to decline. So that's why you see right there, year to date sold is 329. This year, that number is much higher than last year. It's about 446. Not quite where we want it yet, looking at the demand, but it's much higher than last year. Here's that number that I was telling you about, the monthly supply. Last year, this number was at 1.8, meaning that to every person that's looking to buy a house, there were almost 2 homes available. This year, to every buyer or every family that's looking to buy a house, there's half a home available. So you're competing, and it's definitely a huge shortage of homes that are available in the market. So what is really happening in the local market? As you saw on the board, that yes, the numbers are a lot higher than last year, but these, don't be astonished or amazed by these high numbers. It does not indicate that we are reaching equilibrium or baseline numbers. That is for sure not happening. Demand is off the charts and inventory is just not there to meet the demand. Now, we can argue that demand is really the main reason that's causing the prices to go up, but it's also been the shortage of inventory that has caused this to happen. Yes, demand increased, but we were just in such a big shortage of inventory, as people were shying away from buying homes, as people are shying away from putting homes on the market because they don't know where to go next and afraid of this crazy market. So it's just a cycle that's happening. Number two, if you've been in the free market, and when I say free market, looking for homes that are existing homes and not new construction, you know what's going on. I mean, on an average, you're seeing 15 to 30 offers that are coming on the table. It's super competitive and not really, it's an unhealthy market right now, especially if you were a buyer. Number three, if new construction, that there's also a problem there in new construction because it's hard for builders to find qualified workers right now because the demand is so high. A lot of those workers are occupied in other builders, or they're occupied. So a lot of builders are having problems in finding qualified workers. And then you have the shortage, or the problem in the prices are really high on the cost of goods, primarily the lumber, and now you're seeing a lot of there's a huge shortage in appliances, and builders are having to pay high expenses on getting these appliances delivered. All this is creating an ineffective production environment for construction, and you're not seeing a lot of builders turning homes as fast as they should be turning them. So all of this is causing, not really helping us bring that, meeting the demand, because the inventory is just not there. So what do you as a buyer do to stay relative and stay competitive in this market? Well, I can't emphasize it enough that you have to align yourself with a exceptional real estate and mortgage team that are getting deals done, because that is the only way in this crazy market you're gonna stay abreast and you're gonna stay on top of it. And secondly, getting qualified and just knowing, after you have that communication with your awesome team, on what number it is that's really gonna get you a home. Like for example, we saw on the board, average price right now here in Fremont is 1.5 million. We didn't go in depth, on what type of home that is, but I can just give you an idea. Right now, on an average, a new townhome is selling around 1.1 million. So, these can be anywhere from 3-bedroom to 4 bedrooms that are falling in that range, depending on what part of Fremont you're buying this house. So you wanna know what number is gonna get you the community and the home you're looking for, and then having that conversation with your loan officer to get qualified and knowing, okay, is this payment sound for me? Can I sleep if I were to take on this payment? And that's the most important thing, not just affordability, but having that comfort, knowing that I can afford this payment. And the second tip I wanna leave you guys is, I know there's not too many builders out there. There's not a lot of new construction happening, especially in Fremont. Land is scarce and developers are just slow on turning these homes, but you should still research and talk to your expert team to find out what developments are underway, what's coming on the market, and get on the wait list for those developments, for those new builders. Now, that's probably not the most cost-effective way to go, but it will increase your chances of buying a home, especially when we have a half a home to one buyer. So all these things will put you in a place to be successful. I feel your pain. I'm in the market. I know what's happening. I feel my client's pain, but you have to keep your head leveled and stay in the game. I hope this video was insightful to you. In our next video, we will be talking about the overall economic housing market in the country, the construction market, and make some assumptions and answer a very important question to, is this the best time to buy a home? Until next time, this is Karan Singh with Optimal Homes.